Hey, welcome to Sue Rogers Unedited. I am Sue Rogers. Appreciate you for being here. Things I wish I knew in my 20s. I am officially 43 next month. Next month already. Back in my 20s, some things that I wish I had known then, that I could have worked on then and not waited until later in life when I actually started working on them. One, if you are a female in your 20s, stop people pleasing. Now, this is an innate thing that comes about in young girls through puberty, where we start to care about what other people think, and it's there on purpose, designed to help us fit in and build like a family. Okay, like natural, there's like progression and reproduction and how humans evolved. That's still a thing that happens in teenage girls. Like, you notice all of a sudden teenage girls start caring about what they look like and what their friends think and what their friends are doing, whereas that same young girl a few years prior is just living her life. Okay, example from just watching my own daughter grow up is when she was little, she would dress herself. I gave her a few guidelines on don't wear too many patterns all at once, but she would come down in pink sparkly cowboy boots, leggings, tutu over the leggings, some type of shirt, sometimes a cute little hat. Like, she had the best outfits. I loved her personality with what she wore. So much fun. And generally with the guidelines that I gave her, it all came together and matched cohesively in a fun, funky kind of way. Loved it. Fast forward to now, it's a lot of black, not goth, because goth isn't even trendy anymore, but a lot of black leggings, which I can't blame her. I wear a ton of black leggings. Actually, now to mix more colors in than I used to, but it's way toned down version of how she used to dress. And I get it. Like, you can't be 15 years old wearing a tutu, or you could, but you get what I'm saying, okay? So we get into this innate thing where we're trying to like fit in and maybe have a partner and maybe blend in with somebody else's family. And so we're potentially ignoring our own instincts and our own feelings to make sure that other people are feeling comfortable. Fuck that shit. I did it way too long. Does that resonate with you? Are you doing that right now? And you guys, I get it. Like, if you are and you're going, oh shit, this is really uncomfortable. Like, I think I'm doing this, and but I don't know how to stop. And the repercussions of not pleasing the people around you, you know it's gonna piss them off because they have the advantage over you by you making sure that you're pleasing them with whatever you're doing. So the minute you stop doing whatever that is, there's gonna be some headbutting from the people that are losing out on benefiting from you from whatever you were doing for them. But don't be afraid to have that happen, because guess what? If the people that you are trying to please, you cut off whatever the people pleasing it is, whatever it is, you're like, this doesn't feel right to me anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this for you anymore. I'm putting myself first in this scenario. And they get pissed. If they don't get over it, then they weren't really supporting your best interest to begin with, and good riddance. If they come around to it, if they're pissed, but then they get over it and they're like, okay, I still want to have a relationship with you and I'm going to make adjustments to do that, then you just had massive growth and you're going to feel better, and it's probably actually going to make the relationship better because now you've openly communicated and you guys have found a way to work through it. Hopefully that makes sense. Because you don't want to keep people pleasing forever, especially if it's people that the minute you stand up for you and you no longer hear from them, God, what a waste of time. I personally can testify to how many years of my life I wasted caring about what a certain group of people thought, and the minute I stood up for myself and spoke my truth, they got pissed, and that was it. And good riddance. because guess what? My life got a little calmer and easier post that experience. So you guys, it may suck and be uncomfortable while you're doing it and going through it, but once you get to the other side, good Lord, it feels amazing. So stop people pleasing. The other thing I wish I knew in my 20s was to invest more of my money. Now, I always had money in the bank because I don't know, tightwad, scarcity mindset, fear of running out, or just smart in knowing that you can't spend more money than you make. You can't spend more money than you make, or you can, but it's going to lead you into incredible debt that you're going to have a hard time getting out of. So don't spend more money than you can actually make each month. And in fact, you need to go so far as to put a chunk of it aside. So I've read this in multiple books, but you want to take whatever money you're making in a month for each paycheck. Each paycheck that you get, a certain percentage of it, you need to set aside as a payment into yourself. So put it away in a savings account. If you have enough money to invest and get someone intelligent who knows how to do all of that. My husband is freaking phenomenal at it. It's not my brain doesn't work as well as his does with that kind of stuff. But you can find a financial advisor, and a lot of them, their initial appointments with you don't even cost anything because it works with how the money that gets invested pays them out as they manage your funds, and it's not taking a shit ton of, like, you're not spending thousands of dollars on a financial advisor, you're investing lots of money and they get a kickback through their company. So putting aside a chunk, and even if it's only $20, okay, figure out how to spend $20 less a month, because that will compound over time. So $20 less a month. How many trips to that Starbucks is that? That's like 4 less Starbucks drinks in a month. 4 times you can be like, I'm not gonna go to Starbucks. I'm gonna put that $5 4 times away and save it. And just put it away before you can think about it. Automatically have your bank move it over into a savings account. Just get it out of sight, out of mind, but start saving and start investing money in your 20s. If I had been smarter, I would have set up my retirement in my 20s, not in my 30s. But better late than never. So start investing your money, stop spending it on stupid shit. You don't need a million fucking Taylor Swift records or Starbucks or Dutch Bros or the shit that you're consuming that's poisoning your body, which could potentially be all of those things I just listed. Use your money wisely, invest it. The other thing you can invest it in, you guys, is your health. So spend the money on a good nutrition plan. Because when you invest in your health, that's going to increase your longevity and your productivity. So if you're healthy and feeling good, you're going to be able to do so many more things and accomplish so much more. So that's the other thing to invest into, is your actual physical health, your nutrition, what you're putting in your body, what you're putting on your body. I coach people on that myself, so hit me up if you need help with that. But so important. If you do that at a younger age, you're going to freaking be outrunning, not literally running, but outperforming your peers if you invest in your health starting in your 20s, if you're not doing it already. And the third thing I want to kind of throw at you too, that I wish I knew in my 20s, for my female listeners, okay? Ladies, this one is for you. Know your power as a woman. Men and women are different. Shocking, but true. Men and women are different. And we both have our things that we naturally are good at, okay? And this is not 100% true. Not every man and woman do all of these things 100%, but this is, you guys, I don't know, it is pretty true. Women tend to be more nurturers. And there are some shitty people that are moms that are terrible moms that aren't nurturers. I get it, okay? Generalizing here for the sake of this point. Women tend to be nurturers. We care more, we're more emotional. We use more parts of our brain because we use the emotional parts of our brain, okay? It's true. I'm not making this up. And I love dudes. I love them for their masculinity. I love them for their strength. I love them for how they want to just problem solve. Can they work on their emotional side? Of course. Can we work on sometimes being less emotional in some situations? Of course. But women, your power as a female, with your nurturing and your caring and your ability to use your emotions and process your emotions, and just our bodies and what they are capable of, and what our bodies go through in a 1-month cycle. And then if you do at some point in your 20s or beyond become a mom, the power you realize you have once you've had a child, you guys, it is mind freaking blowing. But even if you haven't, and you know someone who has, like, or if you've watched a video on giving birth or what pregnancy does and what a woman's body does, like, we grow human beings. We grow another human being. We don't do it by most of it. The growing happens by ourselves. The having it get in there is not by ourselves, but the growing it and the toll that it takes and the nourishing that we do from the minute we are pregnant, our bodies do. And then our cells transfer with our child while they're still in the womb. Like, what a freaking incredible, powerful, powerful thing. So even if you don't have kids or you don't ever plan on having kids, your body as a woman has that capability. And you may have relationships with people that are on that fully emotional level that you care about deeply. And you feel things in your heart and your soul on such a freaking powerful level. Know your power. Embrace that power. I think one thing, and I'm going to share this just because I feel this, when that transition happens through puberty, where all of a sudden girls are starting to like be more aware and self-conscious and trying to people please and fit in and all that, we're also becoming aware of our power. And at that young of an age, we don't understand it yet. And it's kind of overwhelming to be like 12, 13, 14, whatever age, and then knowing what your body is now capable of, but you're still growing emotionally. When you are in your 20s, if you are not already embracing the power you have as a woman, embrace it, because you are fully in that stage in your 20s, and you're capable of so much on so many levels, emotional, physical, even on a spiritual level, if you connect with it. Know your power and don't be afraid of it, and don't be afraid of other females' power. That's another thing that happens too, is we see somebody else, they're doing something maybe we wish we were doing, and so instead of cheering them on, we hate on them. I don't know why as women we're taught to hate on each other instead of cheering each other on. And this again is something that I've learned later in life, not in my 20s. I talked a lot of shit about a lot of people, and don't get me wrong, there are times where I still talk shit about people, but only to my closest friends who would never ever repeat what I say, or they call me out on my bullshit and we flip the script on it. So recognize other women's power and don't be intimidated by it either. Like, if someone's doing something amazing and you wish you were doing that, maybe you should get in their circle to help boost up what you're doing in your life, instead of staying back in a place where you're not elevating to that next level that you want to be at. Because there's room for all of us to be at whatever level we want to. You just have to take that first step of getting out of your circle to get to the next one and where you want to be. So stop people pleasing, invest money in the bank, in your health, in your nutrition. Know your power as a woman, embrace it, and embrace the other women in their power around you, because ladies, there's so much we can accomplish in this world. And if we just be a little kinder to each other and support each other more, the ripple effects would be phenomenal. All right, things I wish I knew in my 20s. Hopefully you found that helpful. Like, subscribe, share. I'm on Anchor, Spotify, YouTube. You can find me over on Instagram and Facebook at Balanced Day Life. And then my website, www.balancedaylife.com. Have an awesome freaking day.